This is today day 9 and with Power BI Desktop, and we are going to see the transformation of Power Query in Power BI Desktop. So yesterday the session was mostly about loading the data and just creating some visualization, and also we see like how we can what is the difference between the import model and the direct query, right? So direct query, we saw like we cannot see the data, we can do data modeling. That is possible with the direct query. And there is one more thing is there: if your SQL server is not up and running, so then you won't be able to see this visualization. So yesterday we saw like there were some errors as well which are reflecting in the visual. So what I am going to do basically, so I just show you guys like what are the different types of connection we can establish, what are the methods like using SQL Server, and the entire session like our the plan of the Power BI, uh, what we are learning. So we are going to work on the adventure work database. So based on this, we are going to create reports and other things. So this was a very basic report which we created. I am going to delete this page as well and this page as well. So let me delete this subcategory table. So we don't need. So we are going to work on the import model view. Okay. So the best practice is always to keep the import model. So here we can see the relationship is gone. Go to transform data. So there is one way to connect with the data from here as well. Get data SQL server. Either you connect with the SQL server, and also like you can click on the transform option. Okay. And I will show you guys like from here how you can connect. So new source, and here you can come with the SQL server. So let's click on this, and here we will give the server name. Database is always. So why we are using import model? Because we want to store the data in our Power BI data storage, and also like we want to work on that data as well. Like if I want to add some additional column, I want to do some conditional formatting or anything, I want to create some KPIs or sub KPIs or anything based on the demand or the business logic. So that in that case we need to see that data. Otherwise it will be very complex to like go back to the SQL server, add that column, or like create a query and just bring that entire query here and then load the data. So that also we are going to see. But this is the first or the best option, or like we can say in corporate environment also we are using this method, right? So let's import this data and let's bring the DIM product subcategory. So either you can search here category. So here we have product category, here we have subcategory. So both these things are there. Let's click OK. So here you can see the product category and subcategory is here. So here we have in the DIM product table, we have a product key, product alternate key, and product subcategory is there. But we don't know what is the product category. Like we have the description about the product, but we have just only the. Okay. So let me see. So we can come here and we can see. So you can see like apart from DIM product category or subcategory, there are some other columns are also coming. So what is the reason these columns are coming? If we see here, so this should not come like fact internet sales and fact survey responses or DIM geography, right? Because this is not related to the DIM customer table. Click here. Let's give the server name. Click OK and dim customer. So let's see if we are getting the same thing over here. So we can delete those columns. Those are not part of. You can remove these columns and go to team geography. So this is what we are looking here, like Power Query. So today we are also going to see like what is Power Query and how it helps to in terms of data preparation engine in Power BI. So how we can do the data preparation in Power Query. So let me do one thing. Let me close everything. Let me delete. Let's delete this and delete from the model. So we are not making any changes here. I am going to delete all of this table and I'm going to build everything again from scratch. So in the same file. So now there is nothing in this file, right? We can't see anything like cultures or anything like or any data models here. So now I'm going to click on get data. Either we can connect that data or we can just click on the SQL server, the server name and the database name and always the import model. Click OK. And here we need the first, let's bring the fact into net sales. Okay. Click on transform data. So let's learn like what is Power Query and what we can do. So transform, this is the Power Query window. Like if you see here, this is the Power Query window, right? And if currently we have loaded the data, so what all the transformation we can do? Like if you see here in the document, it is mentioned like you have a navigator pane, you have a data preview, applied steps pane, formula bar. So this is your applied steps. This is your navigation pane, like where you can close or apply. And data preview, here you can see the data, like what is the, if you click here on the view option, so you can see the formula bar. If you uncheck, you won't be able to see. If you click, so this is our formula bar. And here we can see the column distribution, column profile, like how, what is the quality of that column. So do we have any error? Do we have any issues with the column? So sometimes we might get null or in or error. So in that case, if you see all these columns are showing 100%, right? So the data is clean, neat and clean. We don't have to like work anything much on this options, right? So we don't have to do any more transformation. And also in the home option, in the advanced editor, we can see like what is the, from where the data we are connecting, what is the source and what is the database name and what is the schema name and the table name. So those options also we can see here. So that is the Power Query window data preview. Applied steps, which you can see here. These are the applied steps. Okay, and the formula bar displays the M code for each applied transformation. So M code is basically uh, We called it as a M code, or like you can say like a Power Query language code as well. So that we can see here, like what all the codes are there. So currently there are only two steps, so only there are two. Here you can uncheck the column distribution, or if you want, like you can click here, or column profile. If you want to see, you can check, or else you can uncheck. And here we can see like what is the column quality. Also we can see the query dependency of that table. So currently if you see, the database is connected to this server, and what is the table is currently connected, right? So if I just click on close and load, so currently I'm not doing anything here. If you see the applied steps, uh, if I just remove that step, so you can see the number of tables, right? So we have all these tables. So but I want to bring only the fact internet cells. So if I click here, I click OK, and then you can see the data, the schema, the item, the table name, what is there. And from here I can click on the table to navigate to the fact internet cell. So here we can see like also there are some other tables are also coming, like which we can see. If I want to just keep them, so I can keep adding, but adding a lot of columns. If you see here, there are 65 columns right now it is showing. So that is not the best practice, right? So that is not the best practice to load the data or add lot of columns on top of it. So, and here we can see like what all the options we have. So enable load, include in the, so enable load means we are enabling the option to load the data every time, right? If I disable, then it will, I'll show you, close and apply. So if you see, we don't see that data, right? I mean, we have unchecked that enable load option, but the data is there in the Power Query. So if we remove that enable load, so when we are working with lot of fact tables or dimension table, so in that case we can see like that option. If I click on enable load, it will again, if I close and apply, so I'll show you the data is getting loaded or not. So let's see that. And apart from that, what all the common transformation is there? So renaming the columns, removing the columns, changing the data type, splitting the columns, merge queries, pivot and unpivot. So those transformations are also there in Power Query, right? So Power Query is a very vast, it's not like a very limited. So if you see here, now the fact internet says there is no data right now has been loaded, because we uncheck that option to navigate to the tables. But here we can see if we have enabled the data load option, so we have got the data loaded here, right? So I can go to transform option again, and let's delete this. So I'm going to delete this again, fact internet cells, and I'm going to click on the new source. So from here also we can connect with the sources. Okay. So let me type the server name and the database name. And data connectivity mode, always when we are connecting with any data sources, keep it import mode. Okay. So fact internet cells, and let's take the dim date, dim customer. So dim date will give you all the calendar year and everything is there, right? So dim customer, let's click all these two, three tables. So we can see like the column quality is giving us the option to, we can see the column quality is, there is no error in that column or in the data. Also like in the transform option, you can count the rows. Okay, so how many rows are there in this particular table? So if I want to see like how much data has been loaded, if I want to compare with my database, so I can do that as well. And transformation, we can transpose the data, we can pivot the data if you want to move this data, or if I want to unpivot the columns. So if I just want, for example, let's say the first name, or let's say the English is English education and Spanish education. So right click, you can merge these two columns as well. We can unpivot these two columns as well. So it will move all the education into one and all the values to the one. Right, so where to use, there are a lot of use cases we are going to see in future, but these are some of the basics transformations. So here we can see, like in the transformation option, we can see like count rows, reverse rows, and also here if you see replace values, change data type. So change data type, if I want to change the data type from here, so I can go to the, so currently it is text. If I want to change, I can right click also and change the type. If you want to make it date, but anyways, if I'm changing it to date or binary, then it will give me some error. So if you see like error is 100%, so this data is incorrect, right? So those kind of transformations we can do. We can also like merge two tables. So for example, if I want to merge this table or append a query, so merging is happening when we have to, like, there are different columns, right? And appending, like if there are same columns but there are multiple tables, the column name is same, so in that case we are doing append in. And if there is internet sales and dim customer sales, so in the internet, we have a customer key, right? Here we can see customer key, and I want to just get the customer name from here. So what I can do in that case, I can just go and merge query as a new, and I can just select the dim customer and customer key and customer key. So if you see here, these are the types of joins which are currently available: left outer join, right full outer join, inner join, left anti join, and right join. So currently, all this the matching data, like whatever the matching keys will be in both these tables will be there. So the best practice is always to follow the left outer join when we have the fact tables and dimension table. So in that case, we can, so if you see all the matching rows are available, I can click OK. So this is creating a new table, right? And in that, I just want to get the first name and the last name, and maybe birth date, gender, email address, marital status. I want all these other things. I want phone number, maybe. So if you see the expanded dim customer one table. So here in the advanced editor, we should be able to see that option. So if you see what all the columns and what is the steps applied during that. So now if you see the total number of columns are 46. So if I close and apply, you can see that 46 column in the merge table. So we should be able to see that. So that is the kind of transformation we can do, merge queries. Pivot and unpivot we have seen. Change data type we have seen. We can split the columns as well, and remove columns and rows if we don't if we want to eliminate unwanted data from the data set, so that we can. Those are the common transformation in Power Query. So this is about day 9, and thank you very much. And stay tuned, and like, subscribe, and comment as well. Share your feedback. Like, what would you like to see and learn in the Power Query or Power BI? We are going to learn a lot of stuff. So stay tuned. Thank you.